So, first off, how are we both?
We're fine.
Good. Right, so, because today's campaign is today's session is going to be a bit, weird, or probably might even be a bit hit and miss, but we're going to give it our damn best shot. So, going from last session, does anybody have any problems or questions or anything that they want to go over? Partly because I know it was a big, bit of a clusterfuck of a session with regards to how much information and shit there was. And partially because we did end on somewhat of a cliffhanger.
No. I think all the questions I had have pretty much been answered, so...
Okay. What about you, Nicole?
I have so many questions, but none about the campaign, it's fine.
So, last session, oh god, what was even last session?
A lot.
Yeah, so, last session, you guys managed to make it back to Raven's Bluff, pretty much unscathed, bar Ig, I think it was you, who had smacked into Bexy's side as a horse, for whatever reason, and then you decided to bash Braeda's head on the door jamb walking into the hotel, so that was fun.
Oh, that was a byproduct.
Bloody hell. But you'd managed to find Veska, and she looked considerably worried. After that, you all managed to have a bit of a catch-up with what happened on both ends. You found out that Veska had talked to somebody from her past. You found out quite a bit of her past. And then you decided that you were going to stay one more night in Raven's Bluff now that the Midsummer Festival was over, and then probably head out. I think you were heading to Waterdeep, or you were planning on heading to Waterdeep the next day. During the night, you were visited by the dragon, which you've now learned is a topaz dragon. That has stayed in Shadowfell too long and is slowly losing his mind and becoming a shadow dragon. You then met the Raven Queen, who you...
It was fun.
That was fun. Who you also found out you were somewhat owned by her, thanks to a promise that your mother had made as she was dying, before you were transported to Coneybury. The others seen you convulsing. They seen that you had lots of... Is there any way to save the Stalker Dragon from becoming a Shadow Stalker? Not really. So...
Like I pick him up and carry him out of the portal.
No. So, because you've already been against a Shadow Dragon, you know that they become Shadow Dragons either because they go to Shadowfell and they stay there for a... large period of time, or like the one that Tyserif had sort of manipulated, sometimes dragons can be unknowingly portaled into Shadowfell and turned into a shadow dragon unknowingly before coming back to the material plane. But this topaz dragon has willingly gone to Shadowfell in order to, as you know, Ig, meet you, but you're not entirely sure the reasons yet as to why. Or I don't think you know the reasons yet as to why he's done it. However, you do notice...
So.
Say again, sorry?
I don't think so.
No. You do notice there seems to be some tension between him and the Raven Queen, despite the fact that both of them seem quite similar, especially on their philosophies on death and pain. But as you refused the Raven Queen's deal, she basically was going to more or less let you die as you were supposed to die in that sea. So to anybody else, they seen you convulsing, they basically seen a lot of black lacerations crawling up your body, blood oozing out of you, and despite the team's best efforts trying and wake you up, Veska with a healing potion and slapping you Braeda more or less picking Bexy up and slamming her through a fucking hotel door, and then slamming through the other hotel door and making 2 dwarf-sized holes. And Hawku is nowhere to be seen. At the time, you then noticed that somehow you had managed to get Ig out of whatever he was experiencing before he was brought back into normality, if you like. There was a bit of a reunion, some crying. Hawk, as usual, walked in and wondered what the fuck had happened. And that's
usual comment. What the fuck?
It's always, I must admit, Hawk's first thing nowadays is just always, what the fuck has happened? So, we shall start there. So, Ig, you're currently being hugged by Braeda, Veska, and Bexy, who all seem to be having a bit of a crying thing, and you notice that Hawk has walked in basically going, what the fuck has happened?
Didn't we discuss that afterwards, or was that our thing?
I think we partially discussed what had happened, but I'm not entirely sure how in detail you went, because it was a lot to process.
Oh, it's in my other books. I started a new one today. What happened? He came in. I met the Raven Queen. Oh. How did it go? Not well. And then he suggested that I contact Blue. That was kind of it, really.
Ah, there we go. Okay.
And then it was a early story.
There we go. Okay, so, Hawk, wrong person. So, Veska and Bexy sort of let go, and, Veska basically goes to go downstairs and, try and get some sort of refreshments, if you like, to come back up. Like some tea. Just to make sure that you're okay, and Bexy begrudgingly goes back to her room, probably to try and mend the door that now has a huge Braeda and Bexy shape in it. A little while later you hear a knock on the door as Vander pops his head in. Although he doesn't pop his head in through the door, he pops his head through the fucking dwarf-sized hole in your door. And he goes, why do I have 2 holes in my door? And why is there silver in the corner? Are you thieving my silver? I knew you were trouble.
Don't look at me.
No, there was a rat.
So I want you to roll me deception, Miss Braeda Bloodbeard.
There's like a dwarf and a rogue, and he instantly thinks it's the dwarf.
No, he instantly thinks it's the rogue.
The rogue is innocent for a change.
Well, 17.
So he knows you're lying. He just manages to catch the slight twitch in your eyebrow, and he gives you sort of a deadpan look. And he goes, oh, really? A rat, you say?
Yeah, it bit Egg and he started having a fit and there was an emergency and sorry about
And did this rat happen to make these exact same holes as well? And he gestures towards the 2 doors.
He polymorphed into a dwarf and legged it.
Is that what you're actually saying?
All I can think of.
Roll me deception if you want to say that.
Do I want to say that? I don't know. What's my deception?
God, we're fucked.
Why did I write this in silver?
Dice, why couldn't you have rolled this well when I was playing Taito?
16.
Oh, really?
Apparently.
So, he opens the door and he goes, before you leave, I expect you to return my silver and mend my 2 doors.
Well,
before I make sure that somebody comes in and kills the quote-unquote rat, and then he looks at you, Braeda, before huffily going downstairs.
that's an emergency though.
He just ignores you.
Sorry.
Well done, Braeda. You are now considered the rat. So,
dirty little rat.
yeah, you dirty, fiery, blood-bearded rat. So, Hawk comes over and he just makes sure that basically Ig, you're okay, and tries not to get too overexcited about certain things. So, as he sits down on the bed and he waits for Veska to come in, who comes in carrying like a small little tea tray and teapot and starts pouring out some tea and handing it to people, she decides that she's going to go and have a bit of a walk off after coming in contact with one of her friends, and now seeing this, it sort of spooked her a bit. And she disappears, leaving you guys left in Veska's room. You do notice that Keith has gone with Veska.
Good.
So,
in some ways, that's a shame, because I can get rid of him. But there we go. Braeda's still here, so I can't.
I like to think you've said this out loud, and like as Hawk and Braeda are just sipping their tea, they look at you and they're like...
I'm quite big. I'm watching.
I think Ig has hit his head a bit too hard. He doesn't think we're here, Braeda.
Well,
I know you're here.
He doesn't really. What was that, Ig?
Piss off.
Fine. So yeah, well, look. So after having that sort of thing, he goes, right, so what's everybody's plan? As we all seem to be a bit mixed.
I'm going to fix the doors.
Hmm?
I'm going to fix the doors now because I'm in Vander's ship.
I'm taking silver back.
So, okay, Braeda, so you taking the silver back and fixing the doors?
Yeah, I'll try it.
Okay, so, what are you doing first, the doors or the silver?
I'll put the silver on first.
Okay, so you pick up the silver and you start going downstairs. I want you to roll me a dexterity check, please.
Oh.
Assuming our 100 gold didn't cover the cost of the silver she stole.
Yeah, that does not cover the cost of silver, I can assure you. What was that, Braeda? 15. Okay, so as you're carrying the silver, you make your way down the stairs and you're trying to like not bump people who's making their way up the stairs. As you're going down, your foot slips, and you think you're about to tumble, but you've just managed to catch yourself, only spilling a small handful of silver spoons.
I mean, it's nice that I can feel for to give me a hand. And what?
I mean, is Ig still in the room?
Yeah.
Okay, so you just watch Braeda pick up the silver and just fuck off, basically, before you hear clang clang, and then you hear Braeda go, "If only Ig and Hawk would give me a hand." And as soon as you see that, you see the door that had Braeda's sort of figure, whole shape inside of it, just close shut, as Hawk casts mending and fixes the door. So technically, all you hear is if only Hawk and then it just cuts silent now that the door has completely been mended.
I'll let Hawk go.
So, Braeda, you managed to make your way down the stairs. You pick up the spoons. Are you trying to pocket any of the silver?
No, it's not edible.
Okay. So you walk into the kitchen and you do notice that there is some edible stuff in the kitchen. Probably the meats and cheeses and such that you were trying to steal earlier but had mistaken it for spoons.
It's Vander in the kitchen.
Say again, sorry?
Vander in the kitchen.
No. Vander's not in the kitchen, he's at front of house. There's a couple of chefs, but they just don't pay any mind to you because you're finally bringing back the silver they've been searching for. They give you a few sort of distrusting looks, like, "Oh, dwarf, bringing back the silver. Did you try to nick it all again? Ha ha ha!"
It's upstairs in the bedrooms.
Say again, sorry?
It was upstairs in one of the bedrooms. I found it.
"Oh, did you now? Jolly good show!" And they just carry on cooking. Just being a bit sarcastic with you, basically. So, are you going to try and nick any of the food?
No.
No?
Can
Okay.
I wander and ask if I can buy some of the food?
Yeah, that's fine. So you deposit the silver. You go back and you find Vander. He's at the front of the house. And he goes, so, did you manage to sort out the rat problem?
Yeah. And I'm very, very sorry. Bad.
It just sort of raises an eye at you and he's like, it's fine.
Can I buy some, like, food and stuff?
What kind of food?
Well, bacon, Vespa likes cheese. Bexy likes fudge. I think Bob likes fudge as well, so have you got any of them?
So he just sort of smiles a bit and he goes, You do realise there is an entire market outside of this hotel, right? That would probably be selling fudge, meats, cheeses. So, Braeda, I want you to roll me a perception check.
I'm blind in one eye, you know. that was only a 9.
It was only what?
9.
9?
Yeah.
You get the slight inkling. You might have already bought meats and cheeses the day previous.
Yeah, but comfort food after an emergency, you know?
We need some chocolate and ice cream. Oh no, you can't keep ice cream in the fridge, that won't work.
This isn't Sainsbury's, guys, so you do realise this.
Okay. Have you got anything small and snacky that I can take upstairs for us lunch before we go?
So he brings out like a bowl of mince. Here's I have mince.
Okay then, how much?
He just fucking hell. He goes, they're free.
Oh dear.
For the guests.
Okay, well I'm definitely coming back here. Thank you. And I'll just take them and throw away.
So he just looks at you bewildered as you take the bowl and just fuck off with the mince.
Oh, so you're offering the whole thing?
No, he was offering you like one mint, thinking that you just wanted a snack.
Wow, you did say they're free.
Yeah.
Why is that the whole lot?
Did you take the whole lot or did you leave some?
It's all full. I remember the bowl.
That's fine. So you pour them out the bowl into your bag of holding and you just fuck off. And he just looks at the empty bowl that's left there and he's like, huh. Needed to rephrase that, I suppose. And goes and drinks his mug of tea.
Big cheesy grin, but...
You think tea's what, sorry?
Cheesy.
Cheesy grin. But you can give it a bowl of mint. It's too long to take one.
Fucking hell. Braeda, you are perfect, bless you. So, you come upstairs and you notice the door has been fixed and Bexy's managed to fix the other door. You get the feeling that she's probably gone for another swim and Veska's still sort of tootling around. You walk into the room and you just see Ig sitting on the bed, you see Hawk sitting by the windowsill. Neither of them are saying anything at the minute. What do you all do?
I'll offer them a mint.
Yeah, I'll have a mint.
I'm alright, thank you. I'll just drink tea. Plenty of tea.
What would be the time for that? Would it be morning now?
So, this would probably... Because that happened. So this would probably be about 7 o'clock in the morning. You guys haven't really slept as such because of shenanigans.
Ig would probably go outside for a bit, I'd imagine.
Okay.
And he'd probably go running because he's weird. So yeah, he'd probably do that. Probably find a nice quiet place and try and sit down and try and contact Blue, probably.
Okay. So, are you telling this to Braeda and Hawk, or are you literally just Braeda going, do you want a minute?
Oh, no,
yeah, and then like fucking off out the door. Bye.
later. No, he'll say he's going for a run, and that'll be about it.
Okay, so Braeda, you hearing turn around and go, I'm going for a run. What's your response?
Well, are you sure that you're going to be okay on your run? You're not going to have another kind day. And she'll start flailing her arms about and stuff.
I'll send Cerberus back then if that happens again. If you're that worried about it.
Roll me a 1d6.
Oh yeah, how is Cerberus feeling today?
On a scale of 1 to 6, how is my dog?
2. Whatever 2 means.
So he's lawful good today.
Oh, well, we might have a chance then.
So he's a very upstanding citizen.
Oh, wow.
Tell you what, Braeda, roll me a perception check.
Oh, well, that was 5.
Okay, you don't notice shit. So yeah, so Ig, you go off. Roll me a insight check, Ig.
4.
Okay, so you go to run, and you're like, it's fine, I've been in Ravensbluff for a couple of days now. I know where everything is. You go running to what you believe is probably the quietest place. You start running right into the middle of the market.
Damn.
So, I want you to roll me a dexterity saving throw as you're jogging your way through, trying not to hit people, jumping over carts laden with fruit and veg and mysterious goodies.
It's a 19 plus whatever dexterity is. Oh, 21.
Yeah, so you easily manage to avoid all these traps. It's that good, you even manage to avoid the 2 men carrying a great big sheet of glass as you just dodge under them, get up, and then go back. You hear, get out the way, you crazy bastard, as you almost trip some people up. You manage to, like, parkour jump over somebody that's on one of them. It's like a bicycle, and attached to the bicycle is like a wagon type thing. I don't know if you've seen them, but there's always somebody like carrying chickens on them or something.
Yeah.
You manage to like parkour jump over that to the point where like it knocks a couple of baskets of the chickens free, and you hear, oh, my chickens, as like these chickens cluck, 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 as they start running like madly across the market, causing mayhem. Eventually it cluck, cluck, as one of the hippogriffs from earlier has managed to fucking take the chicken down and is just eating it. But yeah, you're managing to get your way through the market. At some point, you do find yourself wondering in what is the next direction to take. So I want you to roll me a 1d4. Braeda, you and Hawk are currently still left in the hotel. What would you like to do?
Well, I suppose they're ready to travel.
Get ready for what, sorry?
Like, travel, because I guess we're going to be, like, leaving at some point.
Okay. So, you know your horse, so you know that Kofi is stabled nearby, or you know that the market's still on, or you know there's other places in Ravensbluff you can still explore whilst you're waiting for the rest of the party to sort of get their gear together, if you like. Is there anywhere in particular you would like to go?
I would go and see Kofi, please.
Yeah, so you go over to Kofi. She gives you a bit of a small winning as she sees you. She's quite happy. But yeah, she looks in good shape. She looks like she's ready to rock and rumble. You do notice there seems to be a note attached to one of her saddle, as you basically go to tack her up, and you realise it's from your dad.
Oh yeah, him.
We'll better read it then.
Fucking hell. Yeah, I can't believe I have to read this old fart's letter. Yeah, so you open it up and it just basically addresses you. Dear my wonderful daughter Braeda, we have decided to leave Ravensbluff and head back to Vordric Dawn. I didn't decide to wake you, partially because I didn't know where you were, as you weren't at the last Jack Inn, partially because I didn't want to spoil your fun. if you or your friends ever want to return to Vordrikdon, you are more than welcome to. I look forward to seeing you, hopefully quite soon. All my love and more, Baron Bloodbeard.
Tuck that in my bag of holding.
Okay. You hear the letter just as it seems to have landed on what sounds like some money, as you then hear jingle, jingle, jingle in your own little bag of holding.
I'll probably try and peer in it, but for a distance, so I didn't get killed by a bag of holding going over my head. But I'm curious as to what was inside.
Okay, so you peer into your bag of holding and you just see darkness.
Is it like a black hole?
Yeah, it's just like a black hole with nothing in it.
That is getting shut immediately because that is terrifying.
I would say the only thing you probably feel from that is just like a cold breeze coming out of it. But yeah, that's it really. But yeah, is there anything else? So you've got you've still got other places to visit, or you just know I'm done, I'll just wait here for the rest?
I'll probably give Coffee a mint,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll take her to Wandering Market. I'll take her with me.
Okay, so we'll head back to Egg. So Egg, did you roll a 1d4?
I did, and I got a 1.
Okay, so you start to make your way into what is known as the Foreign District.
Okay.
And as you walk in, you know that this place is known as the Outlander Town or the Outlander District. And the place seems quite clean. There's some very well-to-do houses, very similar to the one that you woke up in.
Not the same district, or is it different one?
No, so this is a different district. This is the district that housed embassies of foreign nations and some different residencies, but it's a very well-to-do place, but not as it's not as vain as what the Elven Quarter sort of was.
Okay.
It's just normal human houses, so to speak. There's nobody with huge mansions here or anything like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, you managed to make your way through. You notice that, this place is quite nice, quite clean. There's nobody that's really around as such. Houses are sort of, kept prim and proper. There's little hedges and bushes and, nice little lawns out at the front. And as you're walking down the path, it's posh. You can smell the money coming off this place. Posh streets that have the sidewalks, but then there's these huge beautiful trees on the sidewalks. It's that sort of, it's like something out of Lady and the Tramp.
Right, yeah, okay, yeah.
So it's that. Eventually you make your way to a small park that seems to have a few human children running around. Again, very similar. These seem to be children from nobles that are probably visiting Ravensbluff or have holiday houses in Ravensbluff. But I mean, they've got a little play park on one side, and then the rest of it is just a bit of a grassy area for people to sit and eat their picnics or mind their own business. There's no whack-whacks here.
No.
There's no whack-whacks. It's literally just a bit of grass, some trees, and a bench.
Okay.
As you're jogging along, you do happen to notice there seems to be another man jogging along, and as he passes you, he turns around and goes, "Oh, hello, good morning. Lovely day." Sort of takes off his little hat. "Goodbye," and disappears. Tally-ho!
Love it. You
Yeah.
probably won't say
Say
give a little wave. Happy about it.
You've given him a little wave.
Yeah.
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 I'll see if he notices.
Oh.
Oh, have we lost? Who did we lose?
And I said she was changing devices.
Oh, right, sorry. Are you back
Sorry,
with us,
it's
Nicole?
a bit better. Yeah, this one's working a wee bit better. I don't know what's going on.
No, I can actually hear you now.
Yeah, you sound a lot more
clearer.
there.
Stupid fricking
As
I
you're
was
about...
like rage with my iPad. Bye, asshole.
I'd like to think... Tell you what, Braeda, you know she said you walked through the market?
Yes.
Roll me perception check.
Oh god. By the blight in one eye, you know. That's 30.
Disadvantage.
Oh no, does that do a disadvantage?
No, I'm not being as mean as bloody fucking Doctor fuck you over there.
I didn't say you were...
Egg turned evil. No.
Yep. That's it now,
Yeah.
Ig. You belong to the Raven Queen. Fuck off.
I said don't keep saying that or she'll make you do it to disadvantage.
Don't change it now. Sorry, Braeda, what did you get?
13.
13. I would say that you just managed to catch the backside of, like, the literal backside of Ig's beautifully sculpted arse as he parkoured over somebody's, like, chicken crates and knocked some chickens over. Judging by that, you get the feeling he's probably, like, gone over towards the foreign district as you're leading Kofi through the marketplace.
We care what's going to happen now.
Say again,
I'm
sorry?
going to shout I'm going to shout, run, Forrest, run.
To the chickens! Have you said run to the chickens?
No, I'm shouting at Egg, run, Forrest, run.
Oh, right, okay. Well, I don't think Ig would have heard you, but I mean, you get like a random passerby who's a bit drunk already this morning, just go, ha! As he laughs at you, sort of thing. Slaps his knee and he goes, fucking brilliant, and walks away. But yeah, you get the general direction of where Ig is somewhat going now that he's caused a bit of mayhem in the market and it's only 7 o'clock. So
wherever I go.
What can I say? So Ig, the guy that you waved at didn't notice you waving.
Oh. He's lost.
Indeed. He's lost indeed. Roll me another perception check, Ig.
13.
13. Yeah, don't notice anything.
Yeah. Should I notice something?
No, seems peaceful.
Seems peaceful.
Mm-hmm. Seems very peaceful.
Too peaceful.
Not too peaceful, just the right kind of peaceful.
Okay, he's going to stop and stand and sit next to the tree for a bit.
Okay, so you sit next to the tree. You sort of get yourself ready and start to like empty out your mind and try to make somewhat of a connection. Or are you thinking of anything in particular? What would be Ig's thought process?
He hasn't got a flipping clue.
Then his mind is definitely emptied.
It is.
You just sit down and whoop, you're straight in.
He's just going to... I don't know, he probably... What would he do? No idea. I don't know, he'd probably just sit there and try, like empty his mind type thing,
Okay.
and see what happens, because he hasn't got a clue. I don't think he's done it. He's never really done it before. I think it's always been Blue and McNugget doing it, so...
Has Ig ever sort of like premeditated before an assassination sort of thing?
Probably.
Yeah. So he has somewhat of an idea on emptying his mind and just
we'll go with that.
Relaxing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I want you to roll me a... Bear with me.
Oh god. Why do I do this to myself? Meditative.
Meditation.
It's just a scribble now. I can't really just like meditative.
It's a minimum of berries. But yeah, roll me a insight check. We'll do that. So Braeda, what would you do? You're in the market. You see the usual sellers there. You see the fortune teller lady is there as well. A tent is still up. The furbolg who had the different horses or creatures as such seems to be sort of packing them away in the sense that he's sort of, what's the best way to say it? He's seeming to put them under what seems to be some sort of mind control and luring them into almost like a horse box.
Mm. Well, I'll go and have a nose at that.
Yeah, that's fine. So you come over and you see the hippogriff slowly walking in. You notice the black unicorn is no longer there, and he seems to be a bit more calmer than usual. The furbolg is, oh, good morning.
Good morning. Where did your unicorn go?
Oh, I sold him a couple of days ago. Not long after you came and see me, weirdly enough.
Oh. Did you sell anybody important? Did I sell?
So he has a thing, and he goes, no, bit of a dark fella, but just seemed as though he was able to tame it.
Was he like a dwarf or?
Oh, well, I don't usually give out such personal customer information, I'm afraid.
Just in case one of my friends bought him.
Oh, right. I would say he's a bit of a tall fellow. Seems to be of the arcane like.
Definitely not a dwarf then.
Definitely not a dwarf, I'm afraid.
And so where are you going now?
Oh, just packing up, taking these lovelies home, go back on the ranch, train them up a bit more, and probably come back next year. Where are you going?
Well, that's a bloody good question. I have no idea, but I'll find out sometime.
Well, I mean, if you're lost, maybe you should check with the fortune teller. She seems to be able to help people.
Do it. I might do that. Do you still have your damaged hippogriff?
Oh no, I sold him yesterday. Lovely fella. Needed him for ploughing some of the fields.
Oh, that's good. I like that.
I'm sure he will. I'm sure he will.
Okay. Well, I'll give him a handful of mints and say, here, you can give these to your horses, and I'll head to the fortune teller.
Well, as you're handing him mints, he's actually giving a mint to Kofi. So it's like an exchange of mints. And he's like, oh, thank you, here, have these. And as you look at them, you realise it's the exact same mints. Just...
I mean, let's say, great minds think like.
Exactly. I like you. Tell you what, come back next year and I'll give you a bit of a discount.
Oh, I'll be there.
I'm sure you will. Take care now. And he sort of just waves you off.
You as well. Bye.
Bye. Are you going now, Braeda, with your new handful of mints?
I guess I'm going to try and squeeze in the fortune teller tent with my horse.
Well, I managed.
Yeah, I mean, I would say, because how high is your horse, Egg? Was it 17 hands?
I don't know. I didn't actually write down how big she was. A war horse, so I'm guessing.
A Warlander, so about 16, say between like 16, 17 hands. So yeah, I mean, Braeda, I think a dwarf on like a fucking pony should be fine to get through the fortune teller's tent.
Well, I'm just leading her, so it should be alright.
Yeah, that's fine. So you lead her through and you see the fortune teller, she's sort of, and then as you walk in, she's like, oh, they did tell me this would happen. Come, child, bring your pony through. Bring your pony through. The last one ate a hole in my roof, as you see, and you see like a bit of patch, like a really botched patch job from where Ig's horse had like chewed part of the tent roof.
No, it wasn't my horse. My horse is far too well.
I mean,
You're too busy emptying your mind, Igsworth.
I mean, it's alright. She probably couldn't reach her roof, and I've got mints just in case.
Roll me a perception check.
Oh God. That is 12.
Okay, so as you're like, no, she's fine, you happen to notice that Kofi is slowly making her way over to what seems to be like a small little bookend table with some incense on it, and probably getting ready to chomp the incense, because that smells nice.
Okay, I am grabbing her and I'm saying no, and I'm putting a mint in her mouth.
Okay, so to anybody else, you see this dwarf like fucking grab hold of this pony. Pony's like before like fucking open wide, and then shoving a mint inside. Kofi happily chomps the mint, but she's still got her eyes like, you know, directed on that incense, because damn, that smells nice.
I mean, if you eat that, you're not getting any more mints off me.
Make me a persuasion check.
That was persuasion. I didn't have anything extra to add on to that. That was just 17.
Oh yeah, you convince your horse, so she's just like, and you get the feeling that she's not going to get into any more mischief. So, Raravel, Sero just sort of gestures towards one of the seats, and she goes, come, I hear you've been needing some questions that need answering.
Yes.
So she sort of raises an eyebrow, and she's like, gives you a bit of a smile, and she's like, well,
I don't know. How much is your thingy? The fortune, isn't it? Like, literally.
So she sort of just chuckles a bit, and she goes, depends how much you favour the answers for your questions. I mean, obviously, child, I've got to, you know, pay for my worth. I do a very good job. You saying that it costs too much is, quite frankly, insulting, but I mean, dwarves are known to do that.
I didn't mean it as an insult. I just meant, like, you're a fortune teller that costs a fortune. It's like both the same kind of name. Just, oh shit. Where's Beth going? I need her.
She just sort of smiles a little, and she's like, you know my prices, 800 gold for a 3-card spread, or 350 gold for one card in the past, the present, or the future.
Okay.
That's a lot less than I paid.
Why, what'd you pay?
3,500.
What was that?
Yeah.
Have I got the thousands and the thingies mixed up?
Don't you put a premium on for me?
Yeah, well, I mean, you are special looking, so she's got to make sure she charges you well.
Oh. I thought I was average.
No, it's probably... Yeah, no, sorry, so it is... No, you are correct. It's 8,000, I don't know why I thought it was thingy. So yeah, it's 8,000 for a thing of 3, or it's 3,500 for, like, one card in the past, the present, or the future.
Okay. Well...
You hear Ig indignantly start sputtering at the fact that you've got it £1,000 less.
Sorry, I could have kept quiet.
You almost feel his spirit as he starts kicking furniture around in her tent.
Well, I don't want to offend her anywhere than I already have by opening my mouth with my foot in it. So, could I take... Well... Would your 3-card spread help me and my group at all?
So, she sort of sits back in her chair and she goes, that depends on the question. Usually the cards are more focused around you as an individual, not a group without them being here. I can't particularly pick up on their energies. It depends on the questions you're trying to ask, my dear dwarf.
Well, what would you advise for somebody, for example, that perhaps had no idea what questions to ask?
Then
what kind of...
I would highly suggest you get some fresh air and come back and ask me later.
Hey, you want to telepathically tell me any questions?
So, whilst Braeda, you're trying to get yourself together and figure out how does one ask questions from the universe? We will go back to
It's what to ask.
Say again, sorry?
It's what to ask.
That's what I'm saying. So whilst we wait for you to figure out what it is you want to ask, we'll go back to Igsworth, who has currently emptied his mind.
Why am I Igsworth?
I don't know, because you woke up in silk pyjamas and now apparently you're a lord, so fun times.
I'm not a lord.
Igsworth. Anyway, so you manage to empty your mind and you wake up pretty much on the log that you were on last time, and you notice that the view is overlooking the large lake surrounded by trees in this sort of dream space, if you like. It seems to be a pleasant summer afternoon.
Oh. Am I on my own?
At the minute, yes.
Oh, okay.
Don't mind me, something's just eating my hand.
It's got a gnat flying through my face.
Oh, I got hit in the eye yesterday by a moth.
Oh.
Yeah.
I know. I was like, wow, I didn't realise I'd be sucker punched by a fucking moth.
Vengeance.
It is. All it's trying to do is get it out the room.
I guess he'd wait for a bit and just watch the lake, I suppose, if he's the only one there.
Okay. So, you sat watching the lake, and would you say it gets bored quite quickly, or is he thinking of certain things? Like,
No, he wouldn't get bored very quickly. He's,
is he contemplating? Tell me,
Yeah.
what is he contemplating?
fucking everything. Yeah, well, everything he's learned in the last few days, I expect. That he potentially has a name for his mum and dad.
Mm.
His dad's still alive.
Yeah.
There's a weird dragon, Raven Queen, everything.
Okay.
Literally everything. Oh, favour sprite as well.
Okay.
And we've been told about a place. Is it called Cormier?
Yeah.
Cormier.
So the dragon had told you that it smelt. Fuck off
Traitorous blood.
fast. Yeah, it smelt traitorous blood coming from your wife's bones, if you like. And he gets the thing that it's somewhere forming in Cormier, but he's not entirely sure where in the region of Cormier, just it's in Cormier.
Okay. Yes, we'd have all of that going through his head at the moment.
Okay, and what would be the questions Ig is trying to get answered, if you like? So, for example, would Ig be going, okay, I know my mum and my dad, but, like, what happened to them? Or if my dad was alive, why is he only just coming in contact? Like, what sort of them questions would be stemming from that sort of brain space that Ig is currently having?
I did write some of this down.
Okay.
No, just got to find it.
I'm just thinking it might help Braeda with some questions that she's trying to ask.
Okay, so yeah, basically about his dad. He's guessing it's taken till now because he's sort of been slightly off the radar, but maybe he did know about him.
Okay.
I'm trying to think who killed his mother.
Yeah.
Was it Lord right behind it? King Trellan's queen.
Queen Primoira, I think it is.
Primoira, is that her name?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know what her name was.
Well, you
what
do
her
now.
story is, any connection she has with Favour Sprite and is it Zinti or Zinte, whatever her name is.
Zint.
Zint. She was Zint now.
Zint. I mean, however Ig would pronounce that, Zinte, because it's not as though he's heard somebody go, "It is this."
Yeah. High Seraph and his connection with Favour Sprite. His wife's killer. Where's Cormier? And the Raven Queen's offer. It's all stuff that I've got written down.
Okay, so what would be, out of all them sort of questions he's trying to answer, what would be like the biggest one he's trying to solve first?
Probably the most prominent, which is the fact that Raven Queen's tried to kill him off.
Okay. So, as you're trying to figure out the whole Raven Queen fiasco, the fact that she knows your true name, she offered you a deal, you refused it, and she therefore decided to just more or less end you. You then feel a sort of go past you, as you feel a leathery tail sort of in the back of your head. You then notice Blue, as he's in sort of like a winter coat that's quite ripped up, looks at you and he goes, "Causing problems with the Raven Queen, are we? God, that didn't take long. Who are you going to cause problems with next? The devil?" And he shrugs himself out of the winter coat and he goes, "Fucking Merrow, I only just got that fixed. Why'd you call me here? You do know I have other places to be?" And then he just sort of smiles at you.
Sorry.
"It's fine. I know you like the look of me. Everybody can't help it." And then he gives you a wink. But he sits down next to you on the log.
He's also going to put his hands up and said, "Look, no rocks.
"Well done, these are hands."
Not even any gravel."
"No, it's too busy up in here, I suppose." And he points towards your head.
I need to know how did you know about the Raven Queen?
"This is sort of my dream space.
Ah.
And I know the Raven Queen, she's another warlock patron. So I'm now wondering why it is you've pissed her off."
She wants me to do something for her. And I said no.
"Oh, I see. Well, I suppose that didn't go down too well, did it?"
No.
"No." "Well, so he rummages in one of his like leather pockets of his trousers and he pulls out a hard caramel. Would you like one?" "Oh, it's that bad it sends Ig back into real life." So he offers Ig like a hard caramel sweet. It's almost like a chocolatey eclair.
Oh, what does that do? Don't. Love it.
He looks at you and he goes, "It's food. What do you think it is? Pixie dust?" And he unwraps it and eats one.
Vaguely hoping.
"Well, I'm not that kind of. I've sort of maybe looked into narcotics, but I don't think they're quite the thing to be going into." And he offers you another a chocolate eclair.
Yeah, I'll have a chocolate eclair.
Yeah, so he offers you the eclair. So he sits back and he goes, "Well, if the Raven Queen's offered you something, she must have great admiration for you."
Don't think she does anymore.
That doesn't sound too good. What does she do?"
It's just attempted murder. It's fine.
"Oh, don't worry about that. Sometimes patrons do tend to do that. My first one did. It didn't quite work in his favour. I'm still here after all, parading my loveliness to the world." And he just sort of smiles. But he goes, "In all seriousness though, what was she offering you?"
She wants me to right the wrongs for the Sealy Courts. And she wanted me to be was it a warlock?
So she was offering you, in exchange for your life, you were to become a warlock. She would be your patron, and in order for you to have her powers, she wants you to fix the Unseelie and the Sealy Courts.
Right. Yeah, I said that.
Okay. So Blue has a think for a minute, and he goes, "To be fair, I find this a bit disturbing that it seems to be popping up literally before Silversday. And the Raven Queen is trying to once again meddle in what seems to be court affairs. Did anybody promise you into this bargain?"
Apparently, yes.
"Oh,
My mother might have done.
what a lovely lady."
The spur of the moment decision.
"Dare I ask what led to such a spur of the moment decision?"
From what I remember, she was going to be killed and she sent me away but in her final words, she asked her to keep me safe. And she could take whatever she wanted.
Ah, classic Fae. So, he has a think for a minute. So what are your next plans? So you know the, so, yes, it's a bit crazy how the Raven Queen has unveiled all this. Did she give any hints as to what was wrong with the courts, bar the usual shittiness between the Seelie and the Unseelie?
No, not really. She just, I said I wasn't so sure, and then she decided that it was, that was enough, off with your head type deal.
So...
Oh, go back! Fucking sofa.
I like to think it can't sit on the log. He's somehow just unable to do
Just
so.
rolled over.
Yeah, he's just like slipping and sliding, and Blue's just sat there like slowly eating through his bag of chocolate eclairs. Silently judging you. Like, he's not angry, he's just disappointed.
I don't know.
So,
would it be so bad if I agreed to it?
the thing is, you've got to understand if you... Would you say you're good at your job as a rogue?
I'd like to think so, but...
Well, I suppose you've lasted this long, I guess. Thing is, when you become a warlock, it is more... Yes, you can have some amazing powers. Absolutely. However, you are tied to your patron until you finish that job. And that's not to say your patron is inherently evil. They can be firm but fair, I would like to think. And when you do the certain job you are tasked to do, then that's it. You have paid off your debt, if you like. It seems to me, though, that the shittiness from the Raven Queen has more stemmed from the fact that you were promised to her if your mother had more or less given you away to the Raven Queen. And, of course, the Raven Queen has waited so many years to now claim her boon, which is yourself. And you've basically given her the middle finger and told her to fuck off. Fae don't tend to enjoy that. They don't take that sort of stuff quite lightly. But, I mean, if you are wanting to sign a pact with her, that might not necessarily be a bad thing. It just depends on yourself as an individual, like. But if you're not sure, then no, don't sign a pact. Even if she is trying to kill you at the minute.
She kills me, Not a lot I can do about it.
Well, maybe have a bit more sense of worth for life if I were you.
I mean, she kills me, then she's lost me. She's lost her chance.
Oh, not really. She's the Raven Queen. She deals with souls of the dead. Your soul will eternally be hers.
I'm hers already, so there's not much difference, is there?
Why, did you sign the pact?
I haven't signed anything.
Well, therefore you're not truly hers just yet.
Okay, that's good to know.
If she hasn't killed you off or forced you into a pact yet, then you are still somewhat free to make your own choices. It just might be she comes and bothers you for a while until you do something.
Not necessarily sure I want to be a warlock.
Not necessarily what, sorry?
I'm not sure I want to be a warlock, to be honest.
Then
I quite like what I'm doing.
Then don't be a warlock. I wanted to become a cleric, but do you see me bitching? No.
I'm not bitching. I'm just trying to understand it all.
No, he just sort of does that as a joke, not a stab. I mean, if he wanted to stab you, he'd come out with something worse with his tongue, but anyway. So, he sort of continues to look at the lake and he goes, so is there anything else that seems to be bothering you?
Don't suppose I can stop her summoning me, can I?
Personally, I don't think she
Buy me
might
some
be
time.
contacting you for a while. The Silversday Festival is very soon. And if she's trying to sort out things within the courts, then her focus is going to be directly upon that, as is most Fey warlocks.
And should I still be avoiding the Silversday Festival?
Possibly, yes. I mean, what is your interest in the Silversday Festival?
Apparently Favour Sprite's going to be there and he seems to have a bone pick with me at the moment.
Well, Favour Sprite is, for lack of a better word, a bit of a fuck.
Kind of got that feeling.
Yeah, I don't particularly like him, but it seems my mistress has to have him in her court. But of course he's going to be there with his usual army of guards and his usual shittiness, and how he continuously drinks all the champagne and talks about bollocks that nobody is interested in. But yes, he will of course be there.
Oh, I can't give him a message from me, could you?
No.
Oh.
It's the unification of the Seelie and the unseelie courts. I don't think my mistress would enjoy me causing discord within the Seelie court itself.
You give it too many leaves?
No, he forever resides in the Feywilds.
Oh. Well, it's worth a shot. I think that's kind of it. Don't have any more questions.
Okay, well, if you don't have any more questions, and he sort of gets up, picks up his fucking broken jacket that's like parts of it are hanging off. You do notice there seems to be ichor that's like splashed up one side of it, and there's a big tear in the side of his leather pants, if you like. Shrugs on his winter coat. Sorry, carry on.
There is one thing.
So, as he's just pulling it on, he looks at you and he goes, "What?"
Hawk's going to punch you when he sees you next. You're welcome.
So he just turns around and he goes, "Well, fucking tell Hawk I can't get hold of him." And you see him like get into his jacket, and he goes, "Oh, and one more word for the little shit. Tell him not to find me at the Silversday Festival." And then, bamf, he's gone. And you're left in this dream space.
Okay. Fair enough.
So, are you staying there for a bit? You're waking up?
No, wake up and go.
Okay, so it takes you a while, but eventually you manage to wake up. And you happen to notice that Hawk is pretty much sitting in front of you.
He's like, "Rah!"
So, as soon as you do that, you go, "Dah,
No,
dah, dah."
I don't think. I think he would probably lunge at him, actually.
You what?
I think he'd lunge at him. I think if he woke up and saw someone was there, he'd just go like...
What, like slap them in the face?
Like pounce on him.
Oh, okay. Roll me a strength check.
Oh dear. I don't want to kill him.
No, it's fine. Roll me a strength.
21.
Okay, so as you manage to like pounce, because fuck, there's something in front of me. Hawk just manages to get out of the way, or thinks he gets out of the way, as you manage to trap his back legs and eventually send both of you tumbling down a hill. But yeah, so we'll leave that there. We'll head back to Braeda. So Braeda, you're still in the fortune teller's tent, trying to gather yourself. Have you found questions? No?
Kind of.
Okay. So what questions are you trying to ask?
Well, do you have any warnings for me and my group in the future? Or anything, I don't know, like any advice what path we have to follow, or...
So she sort of has to think for a moment, and she goes, as I said, my lovely young dwarf, I don't do predictions for a group. I do them for singular, so I can absolutely give you a card of your supposed future. But that would be all, I'm afraid.
Okay, and would that just be the 3,500 gold for one card?
That is correct.
Okay, I'll take the card.
Okay. So she offers you to sit down, and she starts shuffling the cards, and she starts to get the energy, so to speak, that's coming off you. Just bear with me. So she pulls out the Queen of Wands, and she brings it down on the table. And she goes, so for your future you are getting the Queen of Wands. Now the Queen of Wands signifies somebody that is quite inspirational, that is communicative, as in, you know, keeps communication lines open is my interpretation of it. Somebody that's quite powerful in their feminine energy, and somebody that's just basically, this is me, not her, is like boss babe sort of energy. And she goes, looking at your future, it seems quite a bright future, so it does. This represents that you are quite well structured within your mind, and you will continue that going forwards. You will bring confidence to your group, and you tend to seem to keep everybody glued together in a sense of community. I can also see, judging by your future, that you communicate with more than just your friends. Something legendary, perhaps, and you get the feeling that she's talking about Kill. And she goes, however, and she starts to shuffle again, and she pulls out the Seven of Swords. She goes, now, when I clarify this card, I see that there seems to be some sneaky behaviour working behind the scenes. And there seems to be a warning here, my dear dwarf. And the warning is that you must remain confident in your abilities and those around you, and don't run around like a headless chicken, because that's no good to anybody. But I would keep an eye out. There is definitely something working behind the scenes here, and it seems to want to, better the term, mess with your connections.
Oh.
Anything else, dear?
Do you know anything about Lord Feywilds?
So she smiles and she goes, now there's the question I was waiting for. The question that was foretold. However, that is another 3,500 gold pieces.
It will pay you back. Take the gold. Take it.
Okay, so she goes, lovely. So she goes, I won't bother with the cards, darling. I can tell you this one anyway. So Lord Favorsbright, yes. He's one of the Eldrin elves that reside in the Feywilds. And he's very wealthy. Very well known within the Feywilds, particularly within the Sealy Court. And he has close ties with other Eldrin families, so to speak. He is a pervert, actually.
What?
Mum, so I was describing Lord Favorsbright, and Mum goes, and he's a pervert. So I went, yes, he is a pervert, actually. So yeah. And yes, he is a pervert.
I'm writing that down.
That's fine. We have Tazale too in the midst.
Oh no, are they related?
Say again, sorry?
Is he related to Tazale?
No, he's not related to Tazale. She's a mountain dwarf, and he's a Eldrin elf.
Well, just from my sister. Can you tell me what families they have tied to?
I'm afraid, my dear dwarf, you will have to find those out for yourself. For you see, as much as I enjoy my time within the Feywilds, particularly the Silversday Festival, which will be approaching soon, I have to be very careful with what I say. And then she leans in closer to you and she goes, there are eyes everywhere. The Fey will find any way to figure out what is going on, and I have no doubt that Lord Favorsprite is watching us as we speak.
Oh. Well, that's not scary at all.
No, not at all. So she turns around and she goes, if you want answers, I suggest finding a way into the Silversday Festival.
Oh, everybody's told us not to go there.
So she sort of smiles and she goes, well, fortune favours the brave.
Okay. See if I die, I'll quote that.
I haven't got a problem. Many great adventurers have quoted that on their tombstone.
Oh, God. Well,
They could have fortune didn't favour this brave.
No, they tried to max out on fortune. And it wasn't bravery, it was arrogance.
so the only way to find answers is to go to the festival, which I'm told not to go to.
So she has a think and she goes, well, there's nothing more really I can tell you. You know, these are sort of the things that you will have to find out for yourself. If you don't go to the Silversday Festival, you won't find Lord Favorsprite, and I'm assuming that your friend will forever be haunted by his men until he finds something else out. I mean, there is a white raven that's keeping an eye on him currently, but it won't be long before that fails at this current rate. Eh?
Oh, scared. I am. Ig's not. He doesn't give a fuck.
Sorry, I do the same when I play Titan. I'm like, nah, Titan doesn't give a fuck. And then I'm like, I do. She's gonna die.
Well, friends only got very happy to tell them I have to go to the festival to die, but thank you for the reading.
No worries. And remember, my dear, I nearly said hawk then, sorry. Remember, my dear dwarf, there is something lurking behind the mountains for you.
Oh. Okay. Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
You will find out in time.
What, like a pile of gold or a monster?
You're not there. You're currently grappling a halfling by his legs.
Loving every minute of it.
Say again, sorry?
But he's loving every minute of it.
I wouldn't have thought so. You've scared the shit out of him. Like, what I love is I rolled you to roll perception and he got a natural 20 with sneaking in and not being detected. He's kept an eye on you to make sure you're okay, and then the next minute you've just fucking come out of a dream space, grabbed him by his legs, and started tumbling down a hill with him. He's not going to be very pleased.
He frightened him.
Eh?
He scared him.
Yeah, that's fine. He's scared Ig, but Ig is currently scaring him.
Scare each other.
Yeah. Everybody else just thinks you're probably the weirdest couple and this is how you greet each other. Somehow. So yeah, Braeda, you leave. And yeah, what would you like to do now?
Well, I suppose I better find Egg and Hawk and tell them the bad news.
Would you have known Hawk has gone to find Ig?
No. But just in general, that's
Okay.
what she kind of do.
Okay. So the last you'd seen was Ig was making his way towards the foreign district. Is that where you're heading?
Yeah, just put it in the direction I'm on.
Okay. So probably take you about 20 minutes, but you managed to find your way from the market district into the foreign district. And very similar to Egg, you see the lovely posh houses, you see the big trees all nice and in bloom coming over, and you notice a small little park where you're currently seeing two individuals rolling down a hill, not looking as though they're having the best of times, and some children with their mothers giving them really disgusting looks.
Well, I bet that's Zig and Hawk.
So,
Hey.
fucking hell. So, Ig, as you do that, you finally make your way down to the bottom of the hill. I want you to roll me a dexterity. Actually, no, tell you what. Does a 17 hit?
Yes.
Okay, you take 3 points of bludgeoning damage as Hawk literally reaches over and fucking sucker punches you in the face. Get the fuck off!
Oh, it's you!
Who the... Sorry, I'm not even going to attempt Irish. Who the fuck do you think it is? Father Christmas? Don't even answer that. I just came to make sure you're alright, and then the next minute you do this, and now we're here. And now I'm covered in grass stains. Do you know how long it will take to get this? I don't even know why I'm trying. What is wrong with you? Like, you just see clumps out of his hair. You see Juliet, who's giving you an even stern look popping out of his hair.
You startled me!
You startled me!
Guess we're even.
Sure. So, he goes, well, as long as you're alright.
I love Hawk.
Say again, sorry?
I love Hawk.
He loves you too, but currently not right now. Hence the sucker punch. So he gets up and he offers you basically a hand and he goes, I suppose we'd better find Braeda. As we seem to have left her alone. And that could be dangerous.
Oh god, what's she stolen now?
Absolutely nothing.
And that's where you then see Braeda coming up on Kofi right behind you.
Oh, I said that out loud, didn't I?
Well, yes. Otherwise she wouldn't have been able to hear you.
I mean, as much as I hate to break this up, I have got some news.
Ooh.
Ooh, do share.
We have to go to that festival. The one that we've been told not to go to.
We're not going.
No, we have to. I spoke to the fortune teller and that's what she says. Egg, you will never be left alone and haunted by the heebie-jeebie folk that are coming to kill you if you don't go to the festival.
I can deal with heebie-jeebie folk.
Has anybody seen Princess and the Frog? The Disney film Princess and the Frog?
Yeah.
Nicole, for some reason you reminded me of the crocodile where he's like, are you been to Mama Odie? And he's like, you know, the woman that lives in a boat by the bayou, and you're just like, heebie-greebie-jeebie folk, and it's just brilliant. So you're right, team, off to Mama Odie. Sorry, ignore me. It just made me laugh so much.
But it does spirit animal.
What, the crocodile?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're channeling your inner croc, and you just see Braeda holding like a little trumpet that she's stolen off somebody at some point.
Well, we have to do what the fortune teller said. Because, yes, that's what she said. And it cost me 7,000 gold, I'll have you know.
For fuck's sake.
So Hawk looks at you and he goes, oh, I can give you that back. I haven't got a problem. It's not like I use gold anyway.
No, it's fine, Hawk. It's fine.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll buy you a drink next time.
That's the deal.
All right. That's the deal.
There's got to be a hefty drink.
Yeah. And there's something working behind the scenes as well, like more heebie-jeebie stuff. So, yeah.
To be fair, though, when isn't there any heebie-jeebie stuff in regards to this team?
Well, this is true.
Get off my chocolate.
You see Cerberus is slowly trying to make his way into Ig's bag to, like, eat his food.
I can't keep it.
It's alright, just
Okay.
take your time. Don't worry though, because, like, the sessions are being recorded.
I know, but we're all out of order. Bothers me. Will.
Okay, calm down. So, Braeda has basically said that you need to attend the Silversday Festival because you're not going to be left alone. Can I just double check? Can I just double check? Hawk hasn't heard anybody talk about going to the Silversday Festival, has he? He's always been out the room.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I thought he was. So as you two are sort of heebie-jeebie mans and don't go to the Silversday, Hawk pipes up and he goes, "What's wrong with the Silversday Festival?"
We've been told not to go.
By
And
who?
now we've been told Google.
Who the fuck's Google?
No, they've now been told we have to go.
Oh, I thought you said you've been told by Google. That was like, who the fuck is Google?
Google said.
Fuck you, Google. Pay your taxes. Yeah, so why the whole thing about the Silversday Festival? Did you know it's the unification of the Seelie and the Unseelie courts?
Yes, Hawk, thank you.
Don't patronise me.
Sorry. At the moment. Just putting down Braeda. We have to go to that festival we've been told not to go to.
I've sometimes snuck in. It's interesting.
I've been told by so many people not to go.
Who told you?
I can't remember. I wrote them all down in the book. Like, many people.
There's many people, and then you bring out a list, but it's like a long list that just keeps continuously unrolling down the hill. All right, that many people. Right, well, could you be a bit more kill me. Specific?
Well,
I could, but it's in my last notebook, which is on the floor.
well,
Right.
God not tell us not to go.
Who was told us not to go? What's his name? Dawn. I'll just start naming random people, shall I? No?
I know who's told you, but, like, Hawk doesn't. Oh, Jesus Christ. So, the dragon told you not to go. I think Dawn told you not to go.
Kill told us not to go.
Yeah,
Like, under circumstances.
yeah, Kill said not to go unless it's under circumstances. Blue said not to go. I think that was it.
Everyone.
Oh yeah, Moradin told Braeda it's probably... No, I think Moradin just told you, Braeda, that the Mordisman and the Seelie courts aren't enemies. They just sort of... they just passively aggressively deal with one another, but to be careful in regards to the Unseelie court.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't think he outright said for you not to go. He was just explaining that the Seelie court will still sometimes entertain the Mordisman, but the Unseelie court won't.
And it was helpful to read what I am.
Don't worry about it. So you give this sort of list off of these different people. And Hawk goes, well, if the only way to figure out... Wait a minute, did you say Blue?
Did say Blue.
Well, ignore him. Look, the only way I think you're going to figure out what this Lord Favorsprite is trying to do would be probably to go and confront him. But you need to be careful. If you are thinking about going to the Silversday Festival, as much as I've sometimes had a peek, it can be quite dangerous, but that's really down to everybody else.
I vaguely remember somebody telling me we might be taken as slaves.
Oh, goody.
If they know your name, they will.
Well, one of them does.
And who's that exactly?
That would be Mrs. Raven Queen.
Right, but I don't think she'll be attending the festival, will she?
Has she got an invite? Is this the invitation only?
I don't fucking know.
You said you've been.
So,
You say Hawk had been.
So Hawk's definition of going is his giant fucking owls are fey spirits. They're not technically giant owls. So his way of getting in is going in with Blue or sneaking in with Blue. Sitting on a giant owl and just sort of, it's almost like peering at it from a distance.
Right.
And then leaving. So when he says I've been, it's not I've been at the court and danced the night away like Blue does. It's I've had a bit of a Batman sneak moment and then got the fuck out.
Well, we can watch from a distance. You have to. Then we can say we've been.
Right, but would you have learnt anything? Would you have learnt anything in regards to Lord Favorsprite? I mean, do you even know what he looks like?
No, I just know he's a dick.
Well done. Well, alright, if we don't go to the Silversday Festival, what are our other options, I suppose?
Hide in Waterdeep.
Well, as much as I would like to go back to Waterdeep, probably hiding isn't the best way to do it.
The fortune teller said you'll be forever haunted by his men until you find out something, which you'll probably find out by the festival.
To be fair, it's just another thing to add to the list that haunts me every night. But fine, we'll go. It makes me feel better. We'll go. But if something happens,
Just
come crying to me.
I like to think that, God forbid, they've all been enslaved and, like, Aega's just like, I told you so. I told you this would happen. Don't come crying to me now. From my point, not Hawk.
Yeah.
You could go to the Silversday Festival. Because you know that somewhere in the Feywilds, Favorsprite lives on that plane. You also know from Blue that he's going to be there at the festival. He is somebody that is very well known, and he is within the Sealy courts. So going back to the whole puppet show, you know that he is under Queen Titania's rule, or is within her court, not necessarily her rule.
Okay.
You also could head back Waterdeep way, as McNugget has told you that there is somebody waiting for you at Silvery Moon, which you think is your dad.
Where is Silvery Moon?
So Silvery Moon.
Is that a place or a building name?
Is that what? Sorry.
Is that a place? Assuming it's a place, but
Yeah.
like, is it a town, a country, or is it a pub?
No, it's a town. I'm just looking on the map. So, Silvery Moon is. I know where it is. I'm just trying to figure out what continent is it within. So Silvery Moon is near. So it is near the Sword Coast, which is like Neverwinter, Waterdeep, that sort of place. It is between the Nether Mountains and the Evermoors, and the Silverwoods, or the Silverwood. So it is a well-known place.
Okay.
I'm just not sure if it's still within the Sword Coast, because it's not telling me, and that is very rude.
It's near Waterdeep then, because I'm like a complete opposite direction to.
Yeah, so no, it is near. I'm just trying to figure out whether it be more near Neverwinter or whether it be more. So It's near Winterdeep, but it's near a Neverwinter. Does that make any sense?
I haven't seen the map, so no, but
Okay.
that's fine. know
So, Ig, you might know where Silvery Moon is to some degree, because when you were serving as a... I've forgotten his fucking name now. Conroy, was it?
Yes.
Yes. When Conroy was training you as a soldier, you were working for the Alonso family in Neverwinter, which is the royal family that lives there.
Okay.
So you might have heard where Silvery Moon is. So you have a bit of an idea that it's more heading back to your hometown. Well, not your hometown, but where you've spent like the vast majority of your life before you broke your code of celibacy and fucked off. Basically.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. So you could head there and figure out what this person, which you believe is your dad, is wanting. So you could get some answers there. I think...
Well, we could afterwards.
Or you could what, sorry?
Where's Silversday? Are we close to that?
You won't know how close you are to Silversday because nobody's told you. The closest you know to the time is because Blue said it's not long, more or less. So it could be tomorrow, it could be in a week, it could be in a month. So if you were to ask that, Hawk's response would be maybe check in with McNugget or Blue.
Well, he won't be very happy if I could.
You also know that, judging by the fact that Hawk has said he is hidden with Blue, and the fact that Blue said that he pretty much attends quite regularly, that Blue will probably be going to this as well.
Yeah.
So if anybody's likely to know, McNugget probably will. Because it's McNugget, nothing gets past McNugget.
I'll go email him.
No. So you could you could either go to the Silversday Festival. You can have a look and see if anybody knows. Or you could head to Waterdeep and sort of interrogate McNugget to figure out when it is. Or you could head to Silvery Moon and try and solve some part of that puzzle.
What does Braeda want to do?
I'm just happily eating some mince waiting on Egg.
You hear crunch. Crunch. Oh, the mince nice Braeda.
Dad, do you want one?
No, Maury, thank you. Tell you what, would you like a caramel? And he brings out, like, the chocolate eclairs.
Did you get them?
Say again, sorry?
Where did you get them?
Oh, I bought them off Cranky Codger. Would you like one?
Yes, please.
Take what you want. And he hands you the bag.
I'll take one and give him the bag back. I've learned my lesson for taking the whole bowl then.
I still love that they're free. Fucking okay. Yeah, so where would you like to go?
Oh, let's just go to Silversday Festival, shall we? Just get it over with.
Okay. So,
Bad idea, I know this is a bad idea.
okay. So, you want to head to the Silversday Festival. So, are you going to try and figure out from Blue when it is? Or are you going to just go to McNugget? Or are you going to try and find somebody else?
Oh, God. Decisions. Where's Vesca when you need her?
I know, right?
I mean, you could text her and see if she responds, but I don't think she will.
Vesca, do you want to go to Silversday?
Just message her.
Do you want to build a snowman.
Good snowman.
Bexy's Fae, isn't she?
Yeah, Bexy won't know.
Oh, she's seen it. Do you want to go to Silversday? Please say no. Probably. Just have to blame the fortune teller.
Yep.
Right. Should we go and interrogate McNugget then? Or have I got to contact Blue again? He'd be really pissed off.
You can do either.
I'll try and contact Blue again.
Okay. So,
Do I have to travel to McNugget, or can I contact him like that?
so you get the feeling that because it's Blue's dreamscape, it's more the connection is through Blue, not through McNugget.
Yeah. That's what I thought.
Yeah. So no, although you can bitch at McNugget next time you see him. Okay. So you settle yourself down and you get ready to clear your mind. So I want you to make me a perception check.
Three.
Okay. So yeah, your mind just completely fucking empties once again. And you find yourself ending up quicker in the dream space than when you were before.
Hey. Getting better at this.
Okay. So to Braeda, you see Ig basically meditating in the middle of this park.
Okay, I'll chew quieter then.
Crunch. So Hawk just sits a bit further away from Ig after what happened last time. And he's like, well, this will be interesting. Eh?
Now he knows he's there, it's not so bad.
No, well, Hawk is learning. And he's like, right, well, I think I'll just stay here and keep an eye on him. And then he has a thing for a minute and he goes, Silversday. I might actually know somebody that might be able to help us. That's not Blue. So anyway, as you're in this dream space, you then see Blue pop out. Only this time, he's only got one arm of his jacket left. His leather pants are looking severely ripped up. And he's looking very pissy. He's even got some bruises where you think somebody who's wearing plate mail has punched him in the face.
Blimey, poor Blue. I'm sorry, wasn't my idea.
No, you just thought you'd come here for what? Entertainment? Do I look like a clown? Don't even answer that.
Wasn't going to. I just want to know when Silversday is. Do you know?
So he sort of gives you a bit of an eye, and he goes, "Why do you want to know? I told you to stay away from Silversday."
Oh, that's what I thought, but now everybody wants to go.
Oh well. Tell everybody they need to rethink their options then, and he starts to get ready to sort of bamf away.
Can you at least tell me when and where it is so I don't accidentally run into it?
You mean by accidentally go looking for it?
I don't want to go. They want to go. I've told them it's a bad idea.
So he walks over to you and he sort of crouches down. Like, a parent with a little kid.
I do that all the time.
And he gently, cups your face in his hands and he goes, "Now, Ig, you are a very grown man and you can make your own decisions. If you do not want to go, you are well within your right to tell them you do not want to go. Like a good rogue. Yes? Yes! You can make your own choices, Ig.
Can I?
Can you? I'm sure you can. Unfortunately,
Them for me.
unfortunately, the paladin, I think, has fucking took my gold stars, so I cannot give you one at this time.
Oh, damn.
I know. What a horrible thing to happen.
Fucking get off my face.
So he goes, there he is! And I'm like, let's go. I love that. Ah, get the fuck off my face. So,
Can you help me, or have I got to find McNugget?
roll me a persuasion check. Or roll me intimidation.
Oh, what's better? Probably neither.
I need to get Blue's fucking stats.
Persuasion. Oh, they're both the same. Nothing. It was an 18!
Just bear with me. I mean, Blue is not the sharpest tool in the shed, so I'm sure you'll be okay.
Being condensate. Oh, I can't even speak. Oh,
Condescending.
that's the one.
He doesn't mean to be, he's just very salty at the minute.
Where's my coke? It sounds like he's being beaten up.
So, the last session, because Nicole plays in the same sessions with Blue and Connor the Owlin, and the last session, he got fucking stabbed by... He got attacked by 2 Merrow, which are like really ugly mermaids, that tried to drag him into some ice cold water. He got attacked by a sea... Well, the whole team got attacked by these, but he got attacked by a sea hag that scared him and made him basically run away for the entire fucking fight. He accidentally pissed off pretty much the main BBEG, but managed to survive that. And then he got into a fist fight with the team's paladin, who's a dragonborn, because they've got a bit of a thing going on. And Blue doesn't learn that he can't best him in strength, which is funny. So what did you get?
I had an 18.
And what was that in?
Either. They're both the same.
Well, give me one, because it depends on the check that I've got to do for Blue.
Oh, persuasion.
Okay. So... that'll be a charisma check. 13. So yeah, you managed to persuade him.
Oh, good.
And he turns around and he goes, okay, so there's many portals, Fey portals that lead into the Feywilds that pop up on Silversday. Your safest bet would probably be heading back to Waterdeep and having a rest. The Silversday Festival is about 4 days from now.
We can get to Waterdeep in 4 days.
If you go for a portal, yes.
Yeah. Does Hawk know where they are?
So he has a think for a minute. Got to do a check. I'm not entirely sure. You will have to be careful. I think there's a portal that has opened up nearby that will hopefully take you to Waterdeep.
Okay.
Or, if you know of anything that's big that could fly you to Waterdeep.
What, like a fucking owl?
Yeah, a fucking owl might do it. And he sort of smirks, because he knows what you're referencing to with fucking owls. Yes, you will find loads of the portals open up in 4 days that will take you into the Feywilds for the Silversday Festival. I highly recommend going into the... Let me check my map. I would recommend heading into Neverwinter's woods and finding the portal there. It's one of the more safer portals.
Knock the phone over.
Knock the phone over. If you manage to find the portal there, that will take you into Londonis. Or Landonis. Oh, that's the fucking name of it now.
Hang on. Neverwinter. Landon.
Just trying to find it. Landinian. That will take you into a place called Landinian, and that will be the Sealy Summer Queen's Court. But be careful, if they find you, I'm not sure I will be able to help you.
Point taken. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
I'll try not to disturb you again.
Please don't. I'm freezing my ass off, and the last thing I need is to be seeing to you when I should be resting.
Sorry.
It's fine. So, before he leaves...
Can I give you a mint?
No. So, before he leaves, he gently, ruffles your hair. And he goes, I've become quite fond of you. Please don't get yourself killed.
Give him a little scowl.
That's fine. Please don't get yourself killed or taken as a hostage within the Sealy courts, because that will make my position at court very, very awkward. And I don't really plan to deal with that.
It wouldn't be intentional.
Of course not. Of course not. But otherwise, I'm sure you can do it.
Thanks.
You're welcome. I will see you at the Silversday Festival, no doubt. And bamf, he's gone again.
I'll bring a rock, and then I'll leave.
He wouldn't have heard that, but I like to think somewhere in his head he's like, you bastard. So yeah. So you staying in that subspace, or are you coming back out?
No, I'll come back out.
Okay. I want you to roll me perception.
Oh, please be more than... Oh my god!
Ah, she's gone again.
My cup fell over and now there's cold tea all over the sink.
I would say you rolled a 1 there on your perception.
My perception, yeah.
Yeah.
Right, what are you? How has that happened? It's landed point up because it's on the spine of the book. Hang on. Right, 13.
Okay. You don't notice anything.
For Christ's sake.
Braeda's looking mighty pleased with herself. And Hawk is trying to look somewhere else.
What have you fucking done now?
Nothing. Would you like an eclair?
No.
Alright, well there's no need to be so angry about it. I haven't got any, I've got cookie dough.
Give your mum an eclair.
I haven't got any eclair. Mum, they're bullying me on your behalf. Because you want an eclair and I have none.
Eillisha,
What?
I want an eclair.
Okay, well now that you've started World War III in the house. So yeah, you wake up, you don't notice anything, but Hawk is trying not to laugh and so is Braeda.
Can I look in the... Were we near a pond or a lake?
No, there isn't one here.
Braeda,
Yes.
what have you done?
Nothing.
Braeda.
Do you want it mint?
Braeda, roll me deception.
Of course.
Egg, roll me perception.
5.
You know she's fucking lying. As she starts cackling to herself, holding her little bag of mints like some mad hamster.
Oh, fuck's sake. What have you done?
No. Absolutely nothing.
Talk.
Aye.
you done?
Nothing. I've just been sitting here waiting for you.
Don't believe you.
You can't. Oh no, wait. Hang on. I can re-roll. I'm a halfling. Roll me perception. Egg.
Come on, be nice to me. Oh, for fuck's sake. 1!
Hawk is absolutely telling the truth.
Where you get off? Dog. Alright, I'll look at Cerberus.
Okay. What are you saying to Cerberus?
What have you let them do? What have they done?
So through Cerberus's link to your mind, you see that there is sticks in your hair that's been arranged into nice pretty patterns.
Oh, lovely.
You also then see that it's Braeda that put them in there.
Of course. Wouldn't be anybody else.
It's a crown.
It's beautiful.
It really soars off your eyes.
These same eyes just got me into so much trouble recently.
So, Hawk was about to say something and then decided it's probably best it's not to say that. And he goes, right, so...
I'm intrigued.
No. So, anyway, speaking of which, do you know what we're doing?
Blue says it's in about 4 days.
Right.
We need to go through a portal to get to Waterdeep.
Do you know where there is?
Nope. He probably said, but I didn't write that bit down.
No, he didn't. He didn't know where it was exactly.
That was it.
He then suggested something about flying there.
Oh, he did, didn't he? He
Yes.
said we probably would be able to fly back in time.
I'm not entirely sure my owls will be able to fly us from here to Waterdeep in that time, unless there's something bigger. And he looks at Braeda.
What you reckon?
I can't fly.
Say that again,
Oh, sorry. I can't fly, but it just clicked. I mean, I could ask. He's not supposed to leave the mountain, but I'll ask him.
I did wonder when everybody was going to click that maybe that's what Blue was hinting to. Yeah. So Braeda, again, you go and try and clear your head, so I want you to roll me perception check, please.
Oh, God. Don't you put any 6 in the hair out.
Don't look at me.
That was 21.
You can't clear your mind.
Oh, God. That's a burst.
You're too busy trying to, like, clear your mind, but also keep an eye out in case Ig is going to pull some prank on you.
Oh, no.
So you can try again if you want.
Yeah. 20.
Nope.
What have you got to get for you to do this?
So how it works is if you're trying to clear your mind, the lower your perception is, the better you are.
Oh, I see.
You get it? Because you're not being perceptive.
Makes sense.
You've emptied your mind. So yeah, the lower you are, the easier it is. So because you rolled, I think it was either a 2 or a 3, like it was pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
Whereas Braeda's pretty much high up there.
I'm on a sugar rush.
Like,
Yeah.
Like the other night I was trying to sleep, I just could not stop fucking thinking. It was like 2 o'clock before I fell asleep.
There you go. You were too busy, being perceptive.
Yes, sir.
What do I do? Just trying to think, does Hawk have anything that could help? Bar beating the literal shit out of you.
Is she still sat on that horse?
Oh yeah, you still sat on Kofi, Braeda.
Yep.
Yeah, she's still...
sit down in my spot.
Unless can Midge communicate with him or not?
I wouldn't have thought so, no. Midge is more communicating with you and the other familiars.
I mean, you can knock me out. That's empty my mind.
You really want me to punch you?
Well, no.
I can't punch you, you're a woman.
I'm
And your dragon husband with you.
there. Oh, God.
I'm already in trouble with the dragon. I don't need trouble with another dragon.
No, he's fine. He's happy. He's got mini fridge.
Fucking... Only Braeda. I haven't got any, Claire.
I have to buy her some tomorrow now.
I'm not going to the shops tomorrow.
You are now.
No. So, as you're doing that, Hawk comes over and he goes, Braeda, I'm really sorry. I hope this helps. He casts Shillelagh on his spear.
Goodbye, cruel world.
Does a 21 hit?
It does.
Okay. You take... You take 10 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
Yep. You take 10 points of bludgeoning damage, and then he goes to hit you again with Shillelagh. Does a 19 hit?
Yep.
You then take another 8 points of damage.
Fuck's sake, Hawk, I'm nearly dead.
So, I now want you to do perception, but with advantage because he's literally hit you in the head twice with his fucking rhythm stick.
So that was... Fuck's sake. 22.
So, when I say advantage, sorry, I mean disadvantage.
I was going to say, is that what you mean?
Yeah. It's me getting my head around it, so it would be at a disadvantage.
Come here. Actually, I'll put it this way because it might actually be better. Yeah, there we go.
It was a 22 and then 12.
Okay, so you're starting to now get into the mind space. Like, your vision's gone a bit funny because you've literally been hit in the head by a fucking stick. But yeah, slowly you can start to feel your connection with Kill forming.
Oh, hey!
But just for a joke.
Uh-oh.
21 hit?
Yep.
You take 4 points more damage.
Fuck's sake, Hawk, you've got to be the death of me.
You're too busy in the subspace, but I'll say, thanks to the last traumatic experience to the head, you can now form a bond with Kill.
Wow. I have eggs on my head.
Yeah, there's definitely some lumps that's going to appear soon. So,
Right.
you feel Kill and he pops in. He goes, oh, good morning.
Well, hello there.
Hello there, beautiful. How are you this morning?
I was not expecting you to say that and I choked on my juice.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just wanted you to know how much I adore you. Down from your beautiful red hair to your stubby wee toes.
Okay, that's not terrifying at all. Anyway, are you allowed in?
Onions?
Because, are you allowed out the oh, fuck's sake! You're going to say onion again. Are you allowed out the mountain?
I thought you said, are you allowed munions? And that's why I was like, what's munions? But okay.
Mutton and onions.
let's not get into that conversation. So he turns around and he goes, I can do. Where do you want to go?
It's oh god. I think we need to get to Waterdeep like really quickly. If you could give us a lift, please. Cheesy grin.
I don't think he can see the cheesy grin, but like he chuckles. He feels the cheesy grin. And he goes, why of course. I can absolutely get you there. Probably best you don't meet me in the middle of Raven's Bluff, my dearest wife. I suggest, if you can, meeting me at... Excuse me looking at a map. Might be best if you meet me at on top of the Earthspur Mountains.
Okay.
It'll take me a couple of days to get to Waterdeep.
Couple of days.
That's correct.
And how long will it take us to get to the top of the mountain?
So it wouldn't take that long, probably. If you asked somebody on your team, they could probably get you there by nightfall.
Okay. Right. Well, that sounds good. And I'll be able to give you a mini fridge.
Perfect. I look forward to putting it next to the badger. And like in your head you see the very awful badger.
Stuff in nightmares.
Basically. But he's proud of it. So the connection cuts off and you wake up. And yeah, Ig and Hawk are just waiting for you.
Yeah, I've been a good person and I did look a stick in your hair.
I mean, well, first of all, ouch, my head.
Sorry. So, Hawk comes over and he gently like, not slaps you with his hand, not slaps like your cheeks together, but he just cups your face, and he casts. He then casts Healing Word. So 4, 3, 4, 4, 9. So you get 12 hit points back.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. And that's it.
It was Waterdeep, right? It wasn't Neverwinter.
So, Blue has suggested there is a portal in Neverwinter Forest where there will be a portal from Neverwinter to Landinian. But this is something you could discuss with Braeda and Hawk. So yeah, you see Braeda. What would you like to do?
So, is he taking us? Is he allowed out?
Well, it says it'll take a couple of days to get to Waterdeep, but if to meet him at the top of the Earthspur Mountain, I think mountain. I don't know if it's just one or more than one.
It's the same mountains where Vordric Dun and Lavigur is. Well, I could use Eldir to take us up there.
What do we do with our horses? I'm assuming he can't carry them as well.
I wouldn't have thought so.
Because they'll have to stay here then.
Let me Google, can a 9-foot fucking owl carry a horse?
I mean, well, even just the owl, like the dragon as well.
I'm sure you can just put the horses on the back of the dragon. He's an adult dragon, so their size is gargantuan.
Bloody heck. No, I'm just squash big Tesco.
What?
No, I'm today squash big Tesco.
Yeah, that's why he squashed the big Tesco with his ass. So it can carry 45 pounds. Yeah, so A giant owl can, if I've got this right, a giant owl can carry a horse.
Might need more than one Owlin.
Yeah. Right. So, as you're all sorting that out, Hawk summons his fucking horde of giant fucking owls. We'll just say for this thing that Bexy and Veska are already here, because it's not as though you guys are going to leave them.
Yeah.
And, yeah, so you start flying your way towards the Earthspur Mountains. It's about nightfall. You see Ermkill is waiting for you, his lovely, beautiful golden scales glittering in the moonlight. And he was pretty pleased to see you all, although he is wondering why there's like 4 horses being carried through the air. No, 3 horses being carried through the air, looking completely scared as anything.
Love it. What an image.
I know. But yeah, the owls stand next to him. You hear a load of whoo as they sort of drop the owls on his the horses on his back. And he looks at Braeda and he goes, "Are we ready?"
Yep. Are you in the mini fridge now or when we're in Waterdeep?
Keep it with you. You never know when that might come in handy. But hold on. And he literally launches himself off the Earthspur Mountain. So I want you both to make me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh shit, here's where we die, Egg.
Yeah, so we don't need to go to Silversday, I'm just gonna die here. Oh dear, I got a 9. Hang on, what was it?
Dexterity saving throw.
I got 7.
Okay.
Oh, I got 14.
Okay. So both of you just managed to hold on. Now, I'm going to see if the horses can hold on.
Oh god.
Oh no!
Let me just get them up. What's their dex? So, Kofi manages to stay on.
Yay!
Egg, high or low?
Hi?
Your Warlander, unfortunately, goes flying off.
No! Oh.
No, I did that wrong, sorry. So you got high. So Veska's Panino goes fucking flying.
Oh no, not Panino!
Yep, now see if yours survives. And yours goes flying off as well.
Oh
Oh no.
shit!
So you watch as fucking Ermkill launches off the fucking mountains. You see Braeda just managing to grab Kofi and keeping it on the back, as yours and Panino just go fucking flying off Ermkill,
No,
screeching as they're sent tumbling downwards
Oh no!
before landing with a splash in the fire rivers near Raven's Bluff.
Who's gonna tell Veska that we killed Panino?
You don't know if they've
I
died.
I'm not saying anything. Nothing to do with me. I didn't even say about taking the horses. That's all an egg. Oh no, so never got to forgive her. Oh fuck.
Don't know what to say now. Killed my horse. She's dead. She's dead, right?
You don't know. You're too far up. You just seen splash.
Oh no.
So you
It's
don't.
alright.
You know they've made the water.
Oh well. Soft landing.
You know they've made the water, but you don't know if they've survived or not.
I mean, it could be worse. Fuck, next year I can get the discount off the Firbolg for a new one.
I like how Brady's giving this cancelling advice. Whilst her
I'll just check. Mitch over that show. I said, don't worry, you can always get another one.
I mean, I am not telling Bethel. You can tell her. Oh, she's never going to forgive her. Poor Panino.
Oh no.
I love the fact that the save was ridiculously low. And 2 horses failed. Oh shit. Anyway, so after that setback, it takes you about 2 days. So I would say everybody can have a long rest. Probably Ig and Veska, who's currently crying over the fact their fucking horses are potentially killed.
Rest in peace, Thena, and then Benino.
And you managed to make your way towards Waterdeep.
Oh, no.
As Kill drops you off. I'm just trying to find Waterdeep on the map. As Kill seems to drop you off near... Oh god, how do you even say that? Near the sword... I'm not even going to attempt that. He drops you off near the Cryptogarden Forest. I will screenshot that for you. So, Ig, roll me a survival check.
Okay. 3.
I've just seen the messages. Oh, sorry. Yeah, so what did you roll? 3?
Yeah.
You don't know where you are. You're too busy, like, trying to get over the death of your horse. What a question to ask. What do you kill? I kill player characters. What about you? I kill their fucking horses.
The dragon killed the
Sorry.
Who strapped it off?
Sorry. No, you don't know where you are. You're confused.
I'm confused.
You're not here.
I can't breathe.
Oh fuck. Oh god, my tarot cards have gone up to £31. That's more confusing. Oh fuck.
What? Oh, did you buy you got them?
No, I'm just keeping an eye on the bidding. They're £31 at the minute because I thought I need
When
to
does it
try.
fit?
I need to try and come back down to earth. Not like the horses, but like just
No.
down to earth normally. So yeah, you're in these woods. Kill sort of just nods to you and he goes, I might not be able to help next time, but always call on me if you need it. Fucking hell, he looks at Ig as he's dying in the corner and just goes, is everything alright with him?
Someone posted a funny picture.
You took off that fast that his horse went flying off, so I think it's alright.
Oh, I didn't. I thought that was food. Apologies.
I mean, it probably is now for something, but
I posted that by accident. Brilliant.
Well,
Okay.
I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm sure it'll be fine. And he like gently pats Ig on the head with his big tail. But you know,
I'm not having a good time with dragons at the moment.
no. So, yep. Kill turns around and he just basically leaves you to it. And he.
Thanks for the lift.
You're welcome. Goodbye.
Thank you.
And he disappears into the sky. So yeah, you're left there with Hawk, Veska, Bexy, Ig and Braeda, and little Kofi.
Guess we're all sitting on Kofi.
I mean, oh my god. They would have been safe in their stables, but Egg's like, oh no, they have to come in the dragon.
I didn't say they had to. I didn't know if they could.
Oh no.
I'm going to be honest. I didn't expect fucking Horse Massacre to be happening tonight.
No.
Right, Hawk.
I've lost mine too.
So,
I might have to buy Vesca a horse.
I think you need to buy.
Tempted.
I think you need to buy more than just a horse. So Hawk looks around and he goes, "Oh, I know where we are. We're in Crypt Garden Forest. It's where a lot of dusk druids tend to do their rituals here. But we're not far from Waterdeep."
Crypt Garden Forest.
Yep. In fact, we're not even far from Neverwinter either. So we could go to either of those.
Oh, he did say there's a portal at Neverwinter, so you probably should go there.
Well, that was very quick of you to say. We could have just told Ermkill and he could have taken us.
Sorry.
Are you alright there, Rick? You're still trying to get over the death of your horse?
Over the last few days, to be fair.
I mean, I'm honestly dreading telling Vesca.
Well, Vesca's with us, isn't she? So
yeah, I mean, Vesca's there. She's just probably like grieving for Panino silently. It's that silent you don't even hear Keith. But I mean, so Hawk comes over and he goes,
Why couldn't it have been Keith?
"Eh?
Why couldn't it have been Keith?
Did you want me to see if he made the check?
Huh?
Did you want me to see if he made the check?
No.
Are you sure?"
You can't kill off both our animals.
Okay. Could you imagine?
Oh no, she's seen it.
I would just say it's not going to happen, but I'm genuinely interested to see whether Keith would have made that. Oh yeah, Keith would have made it, absolutely. So yeah, you know. So you know you're between Waterdeep and Neverwinter. Where would you like to go?
I'm really angry.
Oh Jesus.
We'll go to Neverwinter.
Okay.
Oh no. Oh dear.
Well, he's not dead. He's potentially dead. There's a slim chance.
Well, whilst you try and calm Vesca down, I'm just going to quickly do this.
We're going to be pony shopping now.
I think you're going to be...
Oh, I hope she's not too mad.
I'm just reading them now. So, as you're making your way through this forest, would you say you're going stealthily or just rushing through? You know, the nearest town to you is a place called Triton, which is a trading town in the north. And it's almost like the halfway point between Neverwinter and Waterdeep.
I wouldn't necessarily say sneaking, but we're not, like, rushing through.
Okay.
Do you have a reason to sneak?
Roll me a survival check.
Oh, we know well that's like that. Right?
Braeda, if you want to make one, you can do.
What am I rolling for?
Survival.
Well, I got 16 this time, which is better.
Okay, so you know automatically there is something to do with... There is a potential dragon living in these woods. And there is a hobgoblin clan living in these woods.
Okay, sneaky.
Okay. I must admit, I'm still laughing at the fact that Keith could have been a fucking missile. I can't count. There we are. So, that's Crowns for Divorce, I say. Oh my god. Anyway, so, I want you both to roll me stealth. As you're making your way through the forest.
17.
Okay.
Same, 17.
Okay. So, okay. So, you managed to sneak your way through for a bit. Before then, all of a sudden, you start to hear the bushes rumble, almost as you're about to make your way out onto one of the main paths. And before you know it, you see a hobgoblin captain walk out with 3 hobgoblins, 2 on one side and 1 on the other. It's well, you stumbled into Cryptgarden Forest, eh?
Oh, hello there. Do you want a mint?
What? I don't
Got
want
mint.
your mince, dwarf. And then he spits on the floor.
Oh, well, fuck you then.
I will
They're nice, you're
fuck
missing
you.
out.
Get him, boys. And they basically go to attack you. So I want
Oh,
everybody to roll me initiative, please. I'll start getting my
Oh.
post-it notes.
Fuck.
9.
Don't ask him for a mint. Oopsie, 18. Egg is a 9. Braeda, what did you get?
7.
7. Hop 16. Braeda 7. Hawk. Got a 3.
You want a bit.
Fucking Braeda, I do love you so much. Hawk got a 6. Okay, so it starts with a hobgoblin captain. So he's going to rush up and go for Braeda. So once per turn, Hob can deal an extra.
Goodbye, cruel world. Run, coffee, be free.
Okay, so he's going to basically try and attack you with his greatsword. Does a 22 hit?
It most certainly does.
Okay, so you take 1. So you take 9 points of piercing damage.
Oh, you nasty bugger.
And then he goes to attack you again.
Rude.
Does a 16 hit?
No, it misses.
Okay, so he misses on that one. So then the little hobs are going to attack. So, Ig, high or low?
No.
Okay, that's fine. So one of them's just going to attack you. Does a... Does a 14 hit you?
No.
Okay.
For once.
Yep, so the next ones are going to go for Hawk. That's a 9. That misses. That's a 15. That meets. That doesn't meet, that just attacks. It's my 1d8. 6. 6, so that's 7. And then he's going to use his martial advantage. So basically you see one of the hobgoblins miss Hawk, but the other one basically deals him 14 points worth of damage. As it skewers him with a longsword. We then move to Ig. What would you like to do?
The only thing I can do, I suppose, which is sneak attack. I can't assassinate because I've already made a move. Is that right?
That is correct. You can't sneak attack at the minute unless. Yep. So you can just attack at the minute.
Then I will just attack.
Okay. What are you attacking with?
I shall attack with my rapier.
Okay. So fucking Zorro comes out.
Yes.
Roll to attack.
Just remember what dice I need now. What's that? Where am I eyesight today? 14.
Is that with the +5 of your rapier? I think you've got.
Oh shit, no. So that's 19 then.
Just let me double check if it is +5.
Falling down and becoming part of the sofa.
It's a mimic.
It is. I really think it is. Oh no! I thought my chocolate is melted. Why can't get any worse?
Because the hobgoblins have taken you by surprise, Braeda, I want you to roll me a perception check.
Oh no.
Hang on, it wasn't the Right, okay.
So it's a +6 to your rapier rig. So what did you get?
4.
Okay, so
Do you mind?
So you would have got 10 to hit. Is that correct?
Sorry, don't make
It's all right.
Stop it! Right, so it was a 15. That's
Right.
with the +5, is that right? And
It's +6, so you would have got 16 to hit.
Okay,
Okay, so that hits.
and then whatever that was.
1d8 +3.
Sorry, hang
That's
on.
all right.
I'll just do it again because I can't remember.
That's fine.
Right, that was a 3.
Okay. So yeah, that hits.
You making noises and putting me off.
Hop 2, hop 3.
Did you have to have a funny 5 minutes? So fly through with that carpet today.
Yep. So that's 3 points of damage. Is that?
Just for that, then the dog into battle as well.
That's all right. So you do know it's a 1d8 +3, right?
No.
So with a +3, that would be 6 that you've done.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Also, I've just realised that didn't hit. Sorry. I know.
What do you want?
I read the hit points as the armor class, so no, that didn't hit. But that would have been a good try. Sorry.
Okay.
Yep. But I mean, you can bonus action, so you can try and sneak away.
I will sneak away.
You're in the woods.
Apparently, Cerberus wants in on the action as well.
Okay, that's fine. So you can send Cerberus in. So get Cerberus to roll for me.
Do you want to roll the dice too, or I gotta do it for you? Which dice is it? Just normal.
The D20. So let me get Cerberus's stats up.
Oh, Cerberus got a 17. Got a 13, Tilly. Sure. Dog wants to go out the garden.
Yep, so Cerberus got a dirty 20. So
cool.
roll me a 1d6 +1.
Just shut up. I'll let you out in a minute. Hang on. 1d6 go. Oh, it's
Square.
Those, isn't it? Square one. You got a 1.
Okay, so he did 2 points of damage. As he basically launches Exactly. He launches himself at a hobgoblin and basically starts tearing him apart. Braeda, what did you get on perception very quickly?
13.
You see Egg shit his pants.
Why?
Because you sat on your chocolate. So you shat your pants.
I'll let the dog out before
Okay.
she shits her pants. Hang on.
So we'll wait for that. Braeda, what would you like to do? You are being attacked by the hobgoblin captain currently.
I like to rage.
Okay. So there's one thing I would like to put forward to you for your wild magic.
Yep.
Instead of a 1d8, how would you feel about rolling a 1d10 for me? and you don't know what would happen if you rolled a 9 and a 10 yet. Would that be something you'd be interested in?
Yeah.
Okay. So whenever you wild magic, it's roll me a 1d10, and then we'll know what... I won't tell you what 9 and 10 is until you've rolled a 9 or a 10. So just then follow the normal 1d8 roll. Yep, so you're like... Ah! And what would you like to do as you've raged?
I will roll on the wild magic table.
Okay, so you start to feel the magic infuse. Roll me a 1d10, please.
Oh, that was one.
Okay. What's your table? Let's have a look for you.
That's the shadow. I can't even speak right. The shadowy. I can't even say it.
Don't worry, don't worry.
The shadow swipey thing.
Shadow. Shadowy tendrils lash around you. Each creature of your choice that you can see within 30 feet. Okay, so you're going to try and attack all the hobgoblins.
Yes.
Okay. So they all need to take a Constitution saving throw. So what's your con, Braeda? Constitution. So Braeda, roll me a d20.
Okay. Yep.
Let me know what you got.
10.
10.
Yeah.
So we've got... Oh, no, wait, that's not how you do it. Sorry. You would do this to me, D&D and Beyond, wouldn't you? You couldn't just fucking tell me, could you? No, of course not. No, so we'll just say that they have to beat 14, because it's not telling me what your save DC is. So, they've got to try and beat 14. Let me get it up.
I missed.
You shat your pants, but I'm going to need you to roll a stealth check in a minute. Right. Constitution on the captain, +2. So the captain meets it, so the captain fails. I'm just going to see if the others fail. Ig's hobgoblin passes. One of Hawk's hobgoblin passes. And the other one passes, so it's just the captain. So I need you to roll me 1d12, please.
That's 10.
10?
Yep.
Okay. So the hobgoblin captain takes 10 points of damage as you hit him with a shadowy tendril, and then you gain 10 hit points back.
Oh, okay.
So good job, Braeda. Egg, roll me stealth.
I did. It was a 24.
Okay. Yeah, you've hidden. So you can get sneak attack on your next round. So Hawk's going to try and attack. Why am I rolling for Hawk and I don't know what the fuck he's going to use? Whoops. Okay. That fails. That fucking fails. So...
Are you also doing Veska and Bexy, or are we just ignoring them at the
I'm
moment?
just ignoring them at the minute. I'd like to think probably Veska's still a bit upset about Panino being launched off the back of Kill at the minute.
That's fine. There's a lot to think about otherwise, isn't it?
Definitely. So... 2d8 thunder damage. That's 5. That's 10. So you watch as Hawk basically almost fucks up the two hobgoblins that came after him. We then go to the hobgoblin captain. He's going to try and strike Braeda again. Braeda does a... It's going to hit you with his greatsword. Yeah, it should do. Dirty 20. Does that hit?
Yep.
Okay, so he's going to hit you with his greatsword. That's 3. That's 4 plus 2, that's 6. So you take 3 points of piercing damage on the first attack. He goes
Is
to hit.
that already halved? With
Yeah.
Yeah.
He then goes to attack again. He gets a natural 20. So you then take an additional 7 points of piercing damage. And
I'm still here. I'm just D&D and beyond to look for my
No, that's
stuff.
fine. He's then going to use his martial advantage, which means he's going to deal an extra 3d6 damage to you because he's hit you with a weapon attack and he's got an ally within 5 feet of him.
Oh, mate, and after a minute.
So 2, 6, 5, that's 11. So you take an additional 5 points of damage as he gives you the finger after he's whacked you with his greatsword. Them lumps that Hawk gave you a couple of days ago are nothing to what this guy is like dishing out. And
Him where I'm
and
shove
he
the
does-
mints on him when I get a chance.
Say again, sorry?
Him where I'm going to shove the mints on him when I get the chance.
And he just starts laughing in your face. Haha, fucking dwarf. I'm going to use you as a pincushion. Right, so the shitty little hobgoblin's now going to try and attack. So the one that's looking for Ig is confused, so he's going to try and attack Braeda. Braeda, does a 15 hit you?
No.
Okay, so that one escapes. The 2 that's currently fucked up by Hawk. That hits for sure, so that's a 1d8.
Didn't realise I had an uncanny dodge.
Yeah, that's what you've been using to hide. That's your bonus action. No.
No,
That's
cunning
cunning action. Uncanny dodge. I need to reread that. Just bear with me.
Yeah, sorry. I literally only just read it. But, oh, okay, I got that.
So that's going to deal Hawk 13 points of damage on that one. Hawk's not looking too good. The second one's going to try and attack. The second one gets a natural 20, so that's 60. No, that's 9 points of damage. Oh, that's not looking good. We then go to Ig. What would you like to do as I quickly read up on the uncanny dodge for you?
Something about having an attack.
Okay.
Wait, when did I have 28 hit points?
When you leveled up. When an attacker that you can see hits you with an attack, you use your reaction to have the... Yeah, that's fine. Yep.
When did I become level 5?
Yeah, I've just realised. You're not level 5, you're level 4.
I said I haven't changed my level.
Oh, it's alright, I can quickly level it down.
Wait, don't have to, but yeah, okay.
Everybody bar Hawk is level 4, sorry.
No, that's fine. I don't remember doing that because I didn't know I could do that.
It might have been me when I was seeing if I can get you as a monk.
Oh, okay.
It
That makes
might
sense.
have been, but I deleted it. And I've just realised Braeda is level 5 as well. So I'm going to say it was me, sorry.
Okay. Sorry.
No, it's fine, my fault there. I was trying to figure out your multi-classes, sorry. Anyway, so yeah. You can sneak attack this goblin. What would you like to do?
I will sneak attack that goblin.
Okay, roll to hit.
They're predictable.
Okay, Braeda, I think your sheet's done now as well.
T
What am I supposed to be?
Eh?
What level is Braeda supposed to be?
4.
Four.
I've just changed it.
How was it at?
Because I was checking to see if you can multi-class into... Oh, fuck. You know what I've done? I forgot me fucking bit.
What?
You are?
Fuck. Oh, that's alright. It went up to £79.77. I'm not fucking paying that for tarot cards.
Oh no! What?
Yeah,
What?
80 quid for tarot cards. What, Mum? I'm not getting you an eclair. Yeah, well, you'll have to pay 80 quid for the cards and an eclair. Yeah, so, Ig, what did you roll to hit with?
I did 17. I'm just trying to add 17 plus 6. It's 23.
Ig, that hits. Like, that
Yay.
fucking hits. Yep, so, roll with your rapier.
That's the square one.
No, that's the pyramid. So 1d8 plus 3.
Six plus 3, 9.
And then you need 2d6 for your sneak attack.
Oh, that's gone. 6.
How'd you like to kill him?
Oh,
Go on, tell us how you're going to kill him.
I'll just stab him through the heart.
Yep, so everybody else, you see Ig disappear. The goblin go, where the hell did he go? Before as Ig literally comes back, stabbing him right through the heart. You see the goblin, the hobgoblin, look up at you and he goes, ow! Before falling back down onto the floor.
He does what?
He looks back at you. So you've stabbed him through the heart. He
Yeah.
looks down at the rapier that's just pierced his chest. You see blood like spurting out of his mouth as he looks up at you and he goes, ow! And dies.
It's about a mint.
It's not clear.
Fucking mince. Also, it is a +5 to hit. Sorry, it was a +6 when you were level 5. We then move.
Oh, damn.
Sorry. No, that's fine. You
Sorry.
would have still hit him, regardless. Braeda, what would you like to do as you're in rage mode?
I would like to attack the Captain Humbug with my great axe.
With your great axe?
Yeah.
Okay, roll to hit, please. Fucking Captain Humbug.
The 15 hit.
15 does not hit.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Is that... let me double check, because I'm sure you get a +2, don't you? To your rage.
I have absolutely no idea.
Let me double check.
Skittles.
You gain advantage on strength checks and saving throws, not attacks. No, so you miss, unfortunately.
Boo.
But good try. You almost fucking chop Hawk in half, so you're doing well. Hawk's just basically gonna fucking try and take out the piddly little ones that are literally on their last legs.
How many were there?
Big hobgoblin captain, 3 little ones.
2 little ones now.
2 little ones and a hobgoblin, but hopefully if this passes, there won't be much anymore.
Stay.
First one passes. Second one fails. You basically watch as Hawk just fucking electrocutes both of them.
Okay.
And their electrocuted bodies go flinging 10 feet away, smashing into some trees. But yeah, we then move to the hobgoblin captain, who's the only one left. He looks...
That's what happens when you refuse a mint.
He takes out his horn, So he steps back 10 feet. So you can make a... So you, if you wanted to, Braeda, you can make an two opportunity attacks.
Yes, please.
Okay.
What I need to do.
Just let me get that in my head right. So he's moved. No, so roll to hit.
18.
That hits.
Okay. And that is... That is 1d12 plus 5, and it says plus 2 the rage for the damage to melee weapon. So I rolled a 10, so does that make a 17 damage? With the plus 5 then plus
strength weapons resistant. You count on strength plus. You gain advantage on strength checks and saving rolls, not attacks. Yeah, that's fine. So how much damage?
17.
17. Perfect. Yep. So he's not looking good. As he's walking back, trying to avoid you, he's trying to bring out this horn. And then roll to hit him again.
Get in, Braeda. The 20 hit. Dirty 20.
Yeah, that hits. Roll for damage.
8 plus 5 plus 2 is that 15?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, 15 damage.
So, as you fucking... How would you like to end him as he starts blowing this horn?
I'll decapitate him.
So you see the Hobgoblin captain go to blow his horn, you get... As his head just falls off from his shoulders before falling to the floor.
That's what you get for blowing your own horn, mate.
As you say that, you hear almost like a rumble.
Oh shit, spoke this in first.
You hear a rumble as more hobgoblins start to circle you all. As a hulking big hobgoblin warlord walks out.
Oh, man.
You killed my captain.
Yeah, would you like a mint?
You know what, Braeda? Fucking roll me persuasion.
19.
We'll see. A mint?
Yeah, it's so sweet. They're really tasty.
He comes over and, like, this guy towers you. Like, he's like a bit bigger than Ig. He's a hulking wardrobe of a guy. And he comes over to you and he goes, "Sure, I'll try a mint."
I mean, you might need more than one though, because you're quite a big felly. So here, have a few, and I'll kind of give him a handful.
Okay, so as you say that, you hear like a booming laughter come out of him. That's quite a compliment from you, dwarf. But he takes the mints, he puts them in his mouth, and he starts crunching them. He's like, delicious.
Do you want another one?
All right. He puts his hand out.
Okay, I'll give him some more.
Okay, takes them again. Yes. Yes. Where can we find mint?
Oh, they sell them at the markets and stuff.
Did you hear that, lads? And you hear, yeah, coming from all the hobgoblins. To Waterdeep markets! And
Oh god!
they literally fucking storm off in the opposite direction towards Waterdeep.
Oh, well, we will never be allowed back in Waterdeep again.
You hear, hi-ho! Hi-ho! Off to Waterdeep we go!
What was
Hi-ho!
Dwarf then?
Eh?
I thought that was a dwarf thing.
Hobgoblin thing now. But yeah, you basically see this fucking warlord with his horde of hobgoblins just fucking off down to Waterdeep for mints. Braeda, as you look at your hand, you realise he's left you like 2 coppers and a fish.
Oh, thank you. Cheerio.
Bye-bye! Hi-ho! And he carries on down the road.
He's like, oh, I did not expect that to happen.
I didn't either, but I thought it's Braeda. I will let her do persuasion check. Fucking, do you want a mint? I'm gonna have to try that. Fucking hell.
That or intimidation. Do you want a mint? You will have a mint.
To be fair, like she rolled high on, and had that have been rolled as intimidation, like she would have made that person shit its pants. Because like he rolled quite low, so yeah, I would like to think, you know, fucking 4-foot dwarf foaming at the mouth, great axe in one hand, like wild magic spurting out of the other hand, and is like, do you want a mint? She looks like somebody that's got fucking rabies. But yeah, you managed to make your way to the trading city of Triton, pretty much unscathed, bar Hawk, who's on 2 HP. So, as you're walking around, Hawk just basically casts Healing Word and heals everybody around him. So,
Didn't actually take any damage for a change.
2,
Nice.
4. So everybody gets 7 points of damage.
Damage?
I mean, healing, not damage, healing, sorry.
Hulk's into the other side. That's it, guys. We're fucked.
No, it's like when I used to say as Taito, instead of cure wounds, I inflict wounds. And then I'm like, no, I don't want to inflict wounds, I just want to cure them. Ig.
Yes.
Does a... Let me find the thingy... Does 21 hit?
Are you attacking me with now?
Does 21 hit?
Yes.
Hawk punches you in the leg with 3 points, and he goes, now you've been hit.
Fuck's sake, Hawk.
But yeah, you managed to make your way to Treebor. I mean, you would have got the healing back. He'd have hit you in the leg and then healed you, so you're fine. So, I think that's probably where we should end tonight's session, because there's nothing else you can do bar resting in Treebor. Although, Ig, roll me a survival check.
11.
You recognise Treebor. It's right near the city of Coneyberry.
Oh.
But yes, that's where we will end tonight's session, folks, because I don't want to go too far for the others.